It's been a year since we first set our eyes on the Pixel 9 Pro, but now that its successor, the Pixel 10 Pro, is here, how well has it aged, and is the upgrade really worth it? Let's talk about it. So I'm not gonna spend a ton of time on design or anything, because I covered that in my original video, and you know what, if you pick up a Pixel 10 Pro, you won't really notice a difference because everything is pretty much the same. And honestly, I think the design has been perfectly fine. I mean, it's a durable design, hence why it's remaining pretty much unchanged this year, and this is definitely something you can count on with the Pixel 9 Pro. It's a solid phone with good specs to match, and for those that are new here, let me give you a quick spec overview. Inside, we have the Tensor G4 processor. There is 16 gigabytes of RAM and a 4700 milliamp hour battery, which I'll talk about in a little bit. All that said, what are the benefits to keeping or even buying a phone that's a year old when the new shiny version is here? Well, as far as the display goes, with the Pixel 9 Pro, we have a 6.3-inch 120Hz OLED display with a resolution of 1280 by 2856, and really this display has been proven to be pretty great in all conditions. In fact, on paper, the Pixel 10 Pro has the same display specs, outside of the fact that it has 300 nits more of peak brightness, but I don't think that's going to make a difference in your day-to-day use. When it comes to software and performance, things have been buttery smooth for me. The Pixel 9 Pro is up to date on Android 16, and a lot of cool software features have made their way over to the Pixel 9 Pro since launch. And if you're curious about some of those AI-specific features that are coming on the Pixel 10 Pro, Google's comparison sheet online is a bit misleading because the Pixel 9 Pro has all of these except for Magic Q. But as far as the core software experience goes, the Pixel 9 Pro will satisfy 99% of that, and you'll get stuff like Call Assist or Pixel Studio to make art, or even stuff like Circle the Search to find info quickly from content on your screen. So all that stuff you'll find here, and as convenient as Magic Q is, I don't think that it's going to be worth the upgrade or, worth buying a new Pixel over getting something that's a year older. Even cool features like the AI photo editing where you can give it a prompt and it'll edit the photo how you want it to, yeah, that's coming to everyone. It's just launching on the Pixel 10 first. And with the Pixel 9 Pro, you still get 6 more years of software updates, so that's still quite a long ways to go. But when it comes to raw performance, I personally haven't had any throttling issues or any performance with the Pixel 9 Pro. And yes, in the Pixel 10 Pro, there is the Tensor G5, which is a newer chip, but I don't think that it's going to make that big of a difference in day-to-day use when it comes to just everyday performance. So when it comes to camera performance, honestly, the Pixel 9 Pro has been pretty great in my opinion, but surely you're stuck with last year's Pixels, right? I mean, there's a reason to get the Pixel 10 Pro. Well, you see, the Pixel 9 Pro has a 50 megapixel main camera, a 48 megapixel ultra wide camera, and a 48 megapixel 5x telephoto camera. Oh, and of course the 42 megapixel front facing camera. But you know what? The Pixel 10 Pro has the same exact thing. On paper, they're exactly the same, outside of the Pixel 10 Pro having a 24 FPS option for 8K recording and the ability to do 100 times digital zoom, which far beats the Pixel 9 Pro's 30 times digital zoom. But that being said, the Pixel 9 Pro takes some great photos. It's definitely one of those cameras you can count on taking a good shot when you need it. And that's probably the thing that I look for the most on a camera in a smartphone. I mean, how much do I have to fiddle with the interface before taking a great photo? And with the Pixel 9 Pro, you take a photo and it's a good photo. The camera system works well together, and of course, Google's new processor in the Pixel 10 Pro could alter the photography pipeline, but it's not going to make a perceivable difference. When I first tested the Pixel 9 Pro, night shots seemed a bit oversaturated to me, but either I got used to it or it's slightly improved via software, but let me know what you think about night shots in the comments below. Overall though, I feel like the camera performance isn't anything to worry about here. The Pixel 9 Pro continues to take great photos, and seeing as its successor packs a similar toolkit, you're literally not missing out on anything. Okay, you are missing out on like a software feature like Camera Coach on the Pixel 10, which coaches you on how to frame your photo and take a better photo. But is that going to make a fundamental difference in your photography more than like a camera upgrade will? I mean, that's subjective, but in my opinion, no. One of the most important things to consider with an older phone is going to be battery life, and whether you're buying one used, new, or you've had it this long, you may not be able to get the best battery life out of it as you could from day one. But that's just science. Obviously, recharging is a good thing to consider when you're looking at a phone that you have or when you're gonna buy, and this does have Qi certification and I believe 27 watt wired charging, while the Pixel 10 Pro has Qi 2 certification and includes Pixel Snap, which gives you magnetic accessories that you can attach to the back of your phone, cool stuff like that. but it also does include a huge upgrade to 30-watt wired charging, so there's that. But the reality is with the Pixel 9 Pro that it still pushes 5 hours of screen on time, no problem. And if it can make it through the day, that's what matters to me, not the fact that the Pixel 10 Pro has 170 milliamp hours more of battery capacity. However, the Pixel 10 Pro does have a new processor, and that will affect software performance and battery life. But it's nothing that's worth upgrading for, and it's certainly not worth buying the Pixel 10 Pro new, especially when the Pixel 9 Pro is seeing a universal price cut. So yeah, a year later, the Pixel 9 Pro, I think it's aged pretty well. And to be honest, unless you absolutely need the latest for bragging rights, I think this is the smarter buy.